Alright guys, on that note, let's give a warm applause for our next comedian of the night. Here he comes, Socrates!
Keep going there for Hermes! Yeah, that was a lot of going on there for Hermes. Yeah, my name is Socrates, I am an American. Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. I'm actually going to get naturalized. I just had an appointment. I'm going to become Dutch. Yeah, also appreciate that. Thanks. There you go, at least one person. The Russian. I'm with you, sister. Yeah, all you can. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's because of the guns, right? Well, that's why I don't want to go back. You know, I've been here 14 years. It's more the politics. And I like the Dutch, you know, I like living here. This is a great place. But I think the thing with politics that people don't get is that, you know, it's a Greek word, politics. It comes from poly, which means many, and ticks. It's a blood-sucking parasite that spreads diseases. It's politics. It makes more sense when you think about it that way, right? Of course, they used to spread diseases like the plague, and they stopped that years ago. All right, well, not that long ago, but they still spread diseases. You all forgot our COVID time? Was it fun, wasn't it? So you guys this is the couple, you were the boss and the student originally, or something like that?
Yeah, student.
Which one you were?
Student.
A student, a teacher, and yeah, okay, and bosses, and yeah. See, I was always taught that you should never take your work home with you. I mean, maybe you guys disagree with that, but especially the case is if you're a kindergarten teacher.
Oh.
Words to live by, I think, you know. So I've been living here for about 14 years, and I'm learning my Dutch. You guys aren't, this is a non-Dutch speaking group, just a few Dutchies and of course the German guy. Cover your bases whenever possible. But about a year ago I learned a word that changed my life. That word was aangereden. Which they know what it means. It means to be slammed into. Yeah. Was it you? Was that? I don't remember you. In my case, ik was aangereden door een scooterklotser. Maybe that guy, I'm not sure. Which means I got slammed into by an asshole on a scooter. Yeah. Really all I got out of it was a couple of jokes and a blue thing. They originally, I got hit by this guy on the bike path. I was riding my bicycle, so I'm like, I think the Dutch national victim. Some guy on a bike getting slammed into by somebody. It's like in America, we have the national gun now, the AR-15. So I'd like to get the Dutch national victim as, the trophy for that, something like that. So the guy hit me, and I went flying through the air like a bird, but I landed like an octopus. It wasn't good because I broke half my arms. And they took me to the hospital, the house of paracetamol. I think I'm cancer-free for the rest of my life based on my paracetamol intake. And they originally went with conservative treatment, which is a nice way of saying they did nothing. Yeah, literally, they gave me a blue strap. I don't know if you've seen these things. It's blue. It's a strap. It's kind of got some Velcro on it. And they sent me home and said, it comes good. You guys have been to the hospital way too many times. Because they tell you that, they'll all tell you that. Our doctors, even my slacherij, the guy, my butcher, he tells me it comes good. It comes good is not useful as a medical diagnosis, I think the only time it comes good is useful is when you're searching around for a Yelp review for a sperm donor. Look, honey, 5 stars. So they sent me home with this blue strap and told me to keep my arm moving. So I've been trying to keep my arm moving, and in the backyard I try to keep my arm a little stretched because it doesn't go so high. And I'm in my backyard waving to my neighbors, trying to relax. You get a really bad vibe from all the people. Turned out they thought I was a Nazi. I told them what was happening. I think I'm practicing to be a Nazi. Arguably not any better whatsoever. And I said to my doctor, I said, hey doc, it's not coming good. I cannot raise my arm higher than about that now. I have arm erectile dysfunction. And the first step to coming good is getting it up. And, it's not going higher than that. And he said, well, Hermes and Pentecost. The most useless of Dutch sayings of all time. It means, oh well, peanut butter. See, if you didn't know, it didn't help, right? It didn't help in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't translate any better than that either. But it rhymes, and that's the good thing about Hermes and Pentecost, it does rhyme. They love a good rhyme, My favorite rhyming Dutch saying is, noken in de koken. Which does rhyme, I was here 3 months before I was taught this. Fortunately, it means fucking in the kitchen. I mean, its only benefit is that it rhymes. As far as I've tried to figure out, how do you use noken in de koken in context? I've never found out a way to use that phrase in a useful way. The only thing I think is possible is that if you combine noken in de koken and Hermes Pentecost, you end up with satay sauce. Which is a weird food if you haven't had it. If you try it, think of me. Yeah, the Netherlands, I came for the weather, but I stayed for the food. Yeah, so they eventually did some surgery on me. I had 12 screws stuck in me and a bone from a dead guy. I don't know who he was. I didn't kill him. And that unfortunately didn't take, and they wanted to do more surgery, so I decided to get a second opinion. I figured, well, I'm going to go to Germany, because, well, think about it. The Germans, they've done all the experiments. Some of the extra ones as well. But I went there, and I asked them about my arm, etc., and they looked at my paperwork and the forms, etc., and they said, according to all this, your mother is Jewish? I said, yeah. Check. So I showed them my arm thing, and about, I can only raise my arm about so much, and they said, we don't do that anymore. So I came back here and I had the surgery, and now I have a reversed shoulder prosthetic, which means on the top where I used to have a ball, I now have a socket. Where I have a socket, I used to have a ball. And so I think I have a trans shoulder. I'm not sure. So one last thing was this was King's Day recently. I don't know if you guys got to get on a canal boat, but I was on a little tiny canal boat, and I was impressed by how small the bathroom can be on a small canal boat. And when I got out of the bathroom, I realized that the Mile High Club may be impressive in its own way. But you show me somebody who's fucked in a canal boat toilet, that's impressive as hell, you know what I'm saying? One of the few times in life having a short dick is probably helpful. My name is Socrates, and bring it back up already. Thank you so much. See you next time.